employees' amenities, employees' amenities, employees' amenities, employees' amenities, employer, 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 employers' association, employers' association, employers' association, employers' association, employers' liability, employers' liability, employers' liability, employers' liability, employers' organization, employers' organization, employers' organization, employers' organization, employment agency, employment agency, employment agency, employment agency, employment application, employment application, employment application, employment application, employment bureau, employment bureau, employment bureau, employment bureau, employment department, employment department, employment department, employment department, employment exchange, employment exchange, employment exchange, employment exchange, employment gap, employment gap, employment gap, employment gap, alphabet, 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 employment market, employment market, employment market, employment market, employment records, employment records, employment records, employment records, employment volume, employment volume, employment volume, employment volume, empress, 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 empressman, 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 emptily, 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 emptiness, 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 alphabetic, 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 empter, 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 empty-handed, 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 empty medium, empty medium, empty medium, empty medium, empty position, empty position, empty position, empty position, empty words, empty words, empty words, empty words, empyrean, 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 alphabetical, 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 emulator, 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 emulous, 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 emulsification, 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 emulsifier, 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 emulsify, 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 emulsion, 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 en route, en route, en route, en route, unable, 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 alphabetically, 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 enact, 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 enamel color, enamel color, enamel color, enamel color, enamel paint, enamel paint, enamel paint, enamel paint, enameling, 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 enameled, 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 enameling, 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 enamelware, 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 enamor, 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 alphameric, 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 enamored, 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 enantiomorph, 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 innate, 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 encage, 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 encamp, 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 encampment, 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 encash, 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 encashable, 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 a dark saying, a dark saying, a dark saying, a dark saying, oblution, 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 alphamerics, 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 enceint, 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 encephalic, 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 encephalitis, 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 encephalon, 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 enchain, 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 enchanter, 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 enchanting, 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 enchantment, 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 alphanumeric, 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 encipher, 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 encirclement, 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 enclosed, 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 encode, 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 encoder, 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 alphanumerics, 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 encomiast, 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 encomium, 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 encompass, 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 encore, 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 encouragement certificate, encouragement certificate, encouragement certificate, encouragement certificate, encouragement certificates, encouragement certificates, encouragement certificates, encouragement certificates, alpine plant, alpine plant, alpine plant, alpine plant, encroachment, 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 encyclical, 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 encyclopedia, 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 encyclopedic, 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 alpine sun, alpine sun, alpine sun, alpine sun, insist, 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 end friend, end friend, end friend, end friend, end in, end in, end in, end in, end man, end man, end man, end man, end of month, end of month, end of month, end of month, end of period, end of period, end of period, end of period, end of the contract, end of the contract, end of the contract, end of the contract, end of year, end of year, end of year, end of year, end on, end on, end on, end on, endpoint, 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 end product, end product, end product, end product, end user, end user, end user, end user, end to end, end to end, end to end, end to end, endeavor, 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 alpinist, 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 endeavor, 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 endemic, 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 ending, 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 endive, 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 endless story, endless story, endless story, endless story, endless, 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 endlessness, 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 endlong, 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 already available, already available, already available, already available, endmost, 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 endo, 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 endocardium, 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 endocarp, 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 endocentric, 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 endocrine, 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 endocrine gland, endocrine gland, endocrine gland, endocrine gland, endocrine glands, endocrine glands, endocrine glands, endocrine glands, endocrine, 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 endocrinology, 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 endoderm, 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 endodermis, 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 endoergic, 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 endoergic,